Hello everybody, I'm Blazer Rebecca and welcome back to A Little Lily Princess. We were reading a book to Guard. Once he had gone, she rushed back to her home to take up her work at the wheels, planning to spin twice as fast to cover for her absence. But when she sat down at the wheel, she was dismayed to find that her magic gold thread had lost all its brightness. Her heart beat fast and she sweat bitterly, for she remembered her mother's warning and knew not what misfortune might now befall her. She was so afraid that she would be punished for what she had done that she ran away without telling anyone what had happened, not even her beloved sisters. She ran to the woods looking for her prince, but he was on horseback and long since gone. And while she ran, she did not watch where she was going, and so she tripped over a root and fell into a rushing river, disappearing into the swift current. Thus the misfortune was complete. She drowned! Not quite. Sarah continued her story, how the maiden was transformed into a golden water lily who sang in her sorrow, and how she was at last restored to life by the love of her sisters. Guard sighed in contentment. When I hear stories in your voice, I can almost see them happen. You're much better than books. But what about the prince? Doesn't he marry her in the end? He rode over the bridge by the river and heard her singing, but he didn't do anything to save her. It was her sisters who loved her enough to look for her when she was lost. I thought princes were always heroes. Apparently not. Anyone can be a hero in the right circumstances. I don't think I could. Guard looked around Sarah's room, decorated as it was with the best of at least 3 countries: dependable England, refined France, and exotic India. Do you miss being in India, Sarah? Yes, of course. It was my home and I was happy there. I had my house, and my pets, and my ayah, and the skies were never foggy and grey like they are here in London. I loved living there. But I love it most of all because it is where my papa will be. Ugh, sorry. Guard saw Sarah's face suddenly change. A cloud seemed to pass over and put out a light in her shining eyes. She drew her breath in so sharply that it made a funny, sad little sound. Then she shut her lips and held them tightly closed, as if she was determined either to do it or not to do something. Have you a pain? There was a moment's silence, in which Guard worried that she might have spoken out of turn, but at last Sarah answered. Yes, but it is not my body. Her voice was low and somewhat unsteady. Do you love your father more than anything else in all the world? Guard's mouth fell open a little. She knew that it would not be correct for a respectful child at a select seminary to say that she did not adore her father, could not imagine being even so much as fond of him. I scarcely ever see him. In fact, she did her very best to avoid being left alone in his company for more than a few minutes. It was not a proper feeling for a daughter, perhaps, and it was clearly not something that Sarah wanted to understand. Guard was indeed greatly embarrassed. He was always in the library, reading things. There was a wealth of information in that statement. If Sarah had been inclined to decipher it, she was too preoccupied with her own feelings. I love mine more than all the world 10 times over. That is what my pain is. He has gone away. She put her head down quietly down on her little huddled up knees and sat very still for a few minutes. Guard had an idea that if she had been like any other little girl, Sarah might have suddenly burst out sobbing and crying. But she did not. Her short black locks tumbled about her ears, and she sat still. Then she spoke without lifting her head. I promised him I would bear it, and I will. You have to bear things. Papa is a soldier, and think what soldiers bear. If there was a war, he would have to bear marching and thirstiness too. Perhaps deep wounds. He would never say a word. Not one word. Guard could only gaze at Sarah, but she felt that she was beginning to adore her. She was so wonderful and different from anyone else. Presently, Sarah lifted her face and shook back her black locks with a queer little smile. If I go on talking, I shall bear it better. You don't forget, but you bear it better. I will talk to you as much as you like if it helps you. New week. Looking at the hearth of her room, Sarah was minded the little servant she had seen before. In truth, she had looked for the girl earlier, but she had been unable to spot such a person anywhere in the school. If not for the disagreement with her listeners, Sarah might have thought she had imagined her. Sarah understood that it would cause disruption if she barged into the kitchen to ask questions. She had only one bridge to rely on. Mirette, who's the little girl who makes the fires? Ah, Mademoiselle Sarah. You might well ask that poor little one. She had just recently been taken on as a scullery maid, though scullery is the least of it. She is sent to do every task that no one else wants. She blacks the boots and grates, she carries the coal, scuttles up and down stairs, she scrubs the floors and the windows. I think she has not had enough to eat for years. She is older than her height would tell, and so timid. If I try to speak to her, her little eyes look to pop right out of her head. What is her name? I hear that called often enough, Becky, do this, Becky, do that. Everyone below stairs that orders her about. Becky. If life were a story, Becky might be the ill-used heroine, and perhaps a fairy godmother might come to her rescue. No, I wonder what fairy tale that is. You have a kind heart, mademoiselle. Your papa would be proud. Now stand up straight. Let me have a look at you. All right. Just as I thought, you're growing taller. I am? She never looked down at herself. I don't feel any different. How much have I changed since I've been here? You are at that age, after all. I will have to alter a few things. How tall will I grow before I see my papa again? Okay, probably should read a book. Which ones will leave? Okay, tea party. Go for a walk. Probably do the tutoring and practice dance. Reading. Visiting. Walking. Tutoring. Dancing. Okay, that was not much. Knowledge, sympathy. Sarah, come see! A number of students were drawn to the sound of Guard's excitement. It was not often that a girl would call for such attention in her bedroom, particularly not quiet Miss St. John. What is it? Look through the window there, that tree outside, can you see it? From the door to the room, Lavinia smirked. I should hope that she can see the tree outside, or else she needs eyeglasses. Hush! What do you want me to see, Guard? There's a nest in the branches there, and there are eggs in it. Soon there will be baby birds. That's darling, isn't it? Babies? Where? Must everyone come into my room? Apparently. If you do not wish to attract attention in the future, do not bellow. Where are the babies? They're still inside the eggs, Lottie. There will be baby birds sometime in the future. Can baby birds see inside eggs? I don't know. No, I think they are asleep. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have a bird for a pet? You could feed it from your hand and it would sing to you. It could also probably peck you. Baby birds are not wonderful. They're a horrible pink-skinned monster with no eyes. Disgusting. Wow. Monsters! No, they are very pretty when they're born, but they change as they grow up. A lot of things do. Soon little birds are covered with fuzz all over. Fluffy chicks are adorable. But then they grow up and learn to fly. Even if I tried to keep a bird as a pet, it would probably fly away. There were people in India who kept parrots as pets, not even in cages. They can be trained to ride on someone's shoulder. My papa knew a man who gave his bride to be a parrot that he taught to recite love poetry to her. How romantic. I don't think a bird is a very romantic gift. What if she didn't want a pet? What if it pulled her hair? Lavinia reached out and tugged at a strange Jessie's long red hair. Quack! My beloved is mine and I am hers. She feedeth among the lilies. Quack! Okay, now that's just plain mean. Stop that! She swatted Lavinia's hand away. Are you gonna take one of the eggs out of the nest to raise it? Oh no, that wouldn't be right. The little birds need their parents to survive. Jessie combed her hair back into place with her fingers. isn't until the parents shove them out of the nest. Birds do that, don't they? I don't know, do they? Do they, Sarah Mama? Only when it's time for the young ones to learn to fly. Oh yeah. After all, they can't stay eggs forever. Let's go with her. Sarah sat at her desk, unmoving, a pen poised between her fingers in preparation for the words that had not yet come. You're studying the paper very intently, mademoiselle. Are there secrets written upon it? It was a kindly teasing over a still blank page, but Sarah considered the question seriously. Not that I can read, and I haven't written any of my own, not yet. It would be an interesting sort of magic to write words on paper that only some people could see, but it might be even more interesting if you could read words that hadn't been written yet. But then, I suppose, if you could read them first, you wouldn't be the one that was writing them. That was a sound Sarah had learned, of polite acknowledgement without understanding. I'm preparing to write a letter to my papa, you see. I want it to be just right, so I keep turning the words over and over again in my head. I don't want to have a page full of blots and scratchings if I change my mind. I'm sure he would love getting a letter from you, even if it were nothing but scribblings. Yes, I suppose he would. Still, I want to do my best. Sarah thought a bit longer and then asked, Have you written to your family in France, Marat? None. Do you need paper or ink? You can use my desk when I'm out. If you would like me to leave you some time without interruptions, I could... Mademoiselle, you should not worry about such things. I know how it feels to be far from the place you knew. You must miss your family very much. It is, perhaps so. Then, Mademoiselle, I did not leave my family in France. I already lost them many years ago. Sarah breathed out, hard as a sudden pang of sympathy knifed through her breast. Okay, that's interesting. You are an orphan? Of that I do not know. Seeing the concern on her mistress's face, Marat was compelled to explain herself. Mademoiselle, it is very difficult for a woman in service to raise a child. You cannot work with a babe in your arms. My parents left me in the care of a couple who owned a small inn in Limoges. That's where I grew up. And I'm gonna end this right here, but I'll be back with more. I'm gonna save. See ya!